Good morning, Leo. This is going to be your video. Hope everybody's been doing well. I said, well, this and Capricorn are my last two videos this month, so I wanted to make sure my energy was good so that I could give you the best possible reading. This last week I've had a lot of triggers, so it's been a little slow going for me. But, you know, that happens. The energy's been a little tough lately, and for all of my readings that I have done over the past week, they have shown that for, like, you know, the other signs as well, not just me, not just Scorpio. So, oops. And these cards are really coming out today. No fighting with them, they're just spitting out everywhere. One more card for Leo. There we go. And I don't read reversals, and my deck and my guides know that I don't read reversals, so every now and then I'll be guided to, but for the most part, I read them upright. Vampire Oracle cards. Give me a Vampire Oracle card for Leo. And my Witch's Oracle. Give me a Witch's Oracle card for Leo. Witch's Oracle card for Leo. And my fortune telling deck. Oops, and that one definitely wanted to come out. And I'm being guided to draw one more. And this one's sticking out as well. Alright, Romance Angels. I don't think anybody is really immune to triggering. It's like shedding layers of a snake, you know, the layers of an onion. You know, you just go deeper, you know, because for me, I know that I feel like I've worked through a lot of my triggers, and I'm like, yay! And then something else will come along, and I'm like, wow. But then, you know, when I get to the other side of it, I feel even more balanced than what I did before, so I feel like it all happens for a reason. And it gave me 3. I'm going to do it again, so that's too many. Romance Angel card for Leo. All right. And my fairy cards. And we got 2. Okay, so with this card, this is that, you know, anxiety card in the deck, staying up late at night, worrying, not able to sleep, overthinking. really being in your head. This is more like a mental prison. A lot of heavy energy coming through with this card. And I feel like this has to do with you feeling like you have made a mistake, that you have messed something up. And it feels like it has to do with your romantic life. Insecurities kind of taking over, and like I said, this mental prison of really kind of acting out on those insecurities and then kind of worrying that you have messed up. Because it's clarified by this hostilities. So I feel like you're having a lot of conflict, a lot of these hostilities in your romantic life right now that are because of your own insecurities, because of the dialogue and the stories that you are creating in your mind. Because we have the Death card. So I feel like you feel like this connection is over with, that you have messed it up. And a lot of times we will kind of self-sabotage. We sabotage things ourselves because of those insecurities. So this is you staying up late at night worrying that you have caused the end of this relationship that you were in. The two of you may be not talking right now, kind of in a separation temporarily. But the guidance that's coming through is we have ancient ancestry, Egypt, magical inheritance. The death is the death of these cycles, these ancestral patterns that you have taken on. And I feel like this has something to do with your parents. Maybe you saw a parent or parents, their connection. You kind of took on their traits, and for someone, maybe, maybe your father, maybe he was, Rolling Stone, maybe he was a player. And so you've always kind of, either one or the other. Either you've been insecure that your partner is like this or you are like this. Because this is something that you have inherited from your parents, this ideology and these patterns and these cycles that you've been stuck in. And the guidance is that this particular so-called separation that you have right now is for you to really take a look at this and how it's affected all of the relationships in your life up until now. And we have this fire here. You might be involved with a fire sign, maybe a fire and a water, fire or a water sign. Or it could be that yin and yang energy. Two parts. Maybe this is a twin flame connection. And a lot of people are in twin flame connections that don't realize it. A lot of the so-called empath, narcissist relationships are nothing more than that. Because, your other self reflects back to you. They're like a reverse mirror showing you what you need to work on. So many times we're in a connection and the other person is doing something and we're like, man, this is like my biggest fear. Or, this is something that my parents did, that I was really fearful that I was going to end up in a relationship like this. But it's just showing you what you need to work on, that you really need to go within. And you really need to clear this out, because I'm really getting a yin and a yang type of energy with this card. We have earth, grounding. So I really feel like all the signs are represented. Air, earth, fire, water. And usually, I don't do that, but I'm really being guided to. going to pull a clarifier. I need a clarifier for these signs, for these different energies. So we have the action card. But I don't feel like at this point you're really being guided to take any kind of action. It's more of an inaction. It's more of a slowing down, releasing the control and feeling like you have to do everything. So many times we feel like if we don't focus on a connection, if we don't kind of stay in there and just keep fighting for it, that we will lose it. When actually it's the other way around. If you can tell yourself, like, if whatever's meant for me, I will have, and relax your energy, then things can come to you so much more effortlessly. And that's the energy I'm getting with this card of attraction rather than kind of chasing it. So you're really being asked to kind of, the action that you're being called to do right now is fall back and really ground yourself. And how do you ground yourself? You ground yourself in the present moment by really being present and not worrying about the future and releasing the past. Really feeling your feelings right now. And so many times we try to mask them with substances, with other people, by staying busy. But you're being called to kind of be still and be present and really feel anything that's coming up so that you can release these things. Tower. So yes, I feel like you have had, this tower moment. And if you haven't, it's coming. But I do feel like this has already happened for you. Kind of like things coming to a head as far as this energy that was kind of building, this conflict and these hostilities that were kind of building that came to a head. And I feel like it was because you were not communicating your feelings. You were kind of stuffing them, and you had these insecurities. Now understand, it's nobody else's responsibility to help you with your insecurities, nobody but your own. And people can show us what our insecurities are, but it's your responsibility to kind of feel through those and really release them. We have courthouse, and we have main female. This could be main male, but I feel like those things that you've been worried about as far as a third party have more or less been in your head, because I feel like this is what this was about, those insecurities about a third party. But I'm here to tell you that this is a mutual connection, and you are the main person in this other person's life, and they don't really understand where you're coming from as far as, maybe you've been kind of accusing them or looking for problems. And this starts with you, so you really need to go inward and you really need to release that. And like I said, it does start with your parents, your childhood, or maybe even a first relationship or a relationship that you had that kind of went sour, and now you're kind of feeling like this is always going to happen. And we have courthouse. This could be a divorce. Maybe this person has been married, or they are married, and they're going to divorce their partner. That is the message that's coming through. And that you're really worried for no reason, because I feel like this other connection that they have had in the past with this other person is over. And that you're just kind of worried about it for no reason. And the more energy we put into something, the more it grows. So make sure that you're releasing that, because they are releasing this other person. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage on paper. I mean, it could be, severing ties, getting their own place, getting their own bank account, really moving on from this person, but this is going to happen. We have the Nine of Cups. This person manifested you. You are the one for them, and the more time apart that you have, the more they're going to realize this, that they cannot replace you with somebody else. I mean, this message is coming through very, very strongly. You know, it's almost like, you know, they wished for you, and they manifested you, and you are absolutely perfect for them. It's like you cannot see it though, because you are stuck in your head and really focused on the physical, kind of the 3D illusions that are your insecurities. We have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So, you know, this is a mutual connection. And so you really need to change your mindset. And you really need to go all in as far as stop worrying about anything. Because the message that's coming through is that you're wasting all this time worrying about what could happen instead of actually enjoying the connection. So we also have the Ace of Wands, and yes, we've got more fire, so I feel like you're definitely dealing with a fire sign, a lot of you. Definitely dealing with a fire sign. And, you know, this could be passion as well, you know, since we do have this true love card. This could be lots of passion within the connection, you know, and I'm feeling like, you know, when the two of you are together, it is a lot of passion, a lot of, you know, fireworks, you know, sometimes you clash. To clarify these two cards, we have the Hedge Witch, Herb Wisdom, Secrets, Hidden Lore, the Trickster, Deceit, Betrayal, Guile. So, you know, maybe somebody has been kind of trying to cause trouble within your connection. And I feel like maybe it's a spouse, an estranged spouse, you know, but like I said, this situation is over with. And, you know, I feel like maybe this person might even be spreading lies, might even be trying to create an illusion that, you know, maybe they're still together, maybe even on social media. But this is not true. So don't feed into this any more than you have to, and definitely don't believe it, because this is definitely a lower energy. This is someone who's very jealous and very fearful of loss, and who's really fighting very dirty right now. We have the Hedge Witch, the Herb Wisdom, Secrets, Hidden Lore. And I feel like more or less this has to do with like the secrets and what is hidden away from you. And like I said, this person is creating illusions that are not true. And I feel like this is where the hostilities and your insecurities are coming from and why you're staying up late at night. But the truth is, like I said, this is not what it is. I mean, this is the true energy of this connection. And this person and your guides and your higher, you know, your higher guidance right now is that you need to stay in a place of faith and you need to believe this, you know, and maybe you do need to fall back a little bit right now and let this person straighten things out and kind of deal with this other person. You don't need to get in the ring and fight with them. You need to let this kind of dissolve on its own and kind of, I'm trying to think of the word for it, play out. That is how you're going to win, is by, you know, kind of being in this fallback energy, being, you know, this confident person, being mature, being emotionally mature, not placing blame on anyone, not being a confident, secure adult. You know, put on your grown woman panties, your grown man drawers, and really work on yourself right now. Use this little bit of time and space that you have to do that. And like I said, do not believe the illusions that you're seeing, because they're not true. Wow. A lot going on this past week for you, Leo. If you would like to have a personal reading, please reach out to me. I'll include my email address in the description of the video. They are $40 right now, and I can let you know what's going on with your personal situation. Thank you for watching.